cool thing about it is that it's pretty interactive. Like if you just stand there taking photos on your phone to post something on Instagram, you'll probably... Hey, it's Robert Morris from the Virginia-Pilot and Pulse back again to give you a dose of some things to do this weekend. I'm hanging here in my office with my boy Edgar Allan Poe. He lost an eye recently. I don't really know why. He doesn't talk a whole lot. But we want to tell you about some things you can do just over at Scope Arena. This is the Michael Jackson Immortal World Tour by Cirque du Soleil, 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Of course, Michael Jackson will be there. The guy's been dead since '09. But this is a show by the Cirque du Soleil troupe that combines a lot of weird dancing, bendable contortionists, trapeze artists, and wild rhythms, all set to the music of Michael Jackson, of course. Talked to my music critic here, the pilot Rashad Allison. He's seen this show a few years ago, and he said it's pretty interesting, very trippy. Michael Jackson has the weird, bizarre man boy, and progresses all the way up to Michael Jackson, the weird, bizarre boy man. If you're ready to stay outside, enjoy some of this nice weather, you can go to downtown Norfolk on Granby Street this weekend for the beginning of their annual summer series, First Fridays. It's the block party spectacle where the first Friday of every month they get a live band, they get some food trucks usually, they get some people showing their art to people and try to make a cultural event of it all. It's kind of a cool thing. I live downtown, so I see these all the time. They're kind of fun, but honestly, the thing that sucks about them is that it's usually just a bunch of old people trying to reminisce about the past. Occasionally you get some kids like breaking and like doing some street art and all that, which is fun. So I hope those guys show up. If you're watching, get there because we need you. Otherwise, you know, you got to go there and kind of make your own fun. But you can find it. I mean, it's downtown Norfolk, man. There's all kinds of stuff to do. Nothing else. Talk to the homeless guys. They're fun. Also Friday night, if you're into the musical thing but don't really want to see some local band playing in downtown Norfolk, you got Chance the Rapper is going to be playing at the Ted Constant Center, of course. If you don't know Chance the Rapper, he had this record out last year called Acid Jazz, which was kind of good, kind of bad. He's kind of weird, kind of aloof, but for whatever reason, like white hipster dudes who like to pretend that they know a lot about hip-hop, love this guy. They love him a lot. Rolling Stone loved this guy a lot as well. And I think Spin Magazine too. They all put him on their best of the albums of the year list. So it'd probably work well with you know, the Ghent crowd, the ODU crowd, and all that. Hey, if you're not in hip-hop, you can go over to the other side in Virginia Beach to the Sandler Performing Arts Center and check out Keb Mo, the bluesman. He's a little different than some of these contemporary blues guys, not only just because he wears a stupid hat, but also because he's got a lot more delta in his music. It's like you hear some of Robert Johnson, the classic, you know, just man in his acoustic guitar blues. None of this electric stuff like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Kenny Wayne Shepherd tried to push on us, you know, a decade or so ago. This guy's got some real blues in him, which is fun. Of course, he's also got some schlock. Regardless, check him out if you like the blues. He's a lot better than most of the people that you have a chance to see. Both those shows, 8 p.m. Friday night, 7 p.m. Sunday night over at the Roper Center in downtown Norfolk. We've got Letters Home. This is a dramatic reading and or staging of letters written from soldiers in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars to home. As you can imagine, these kind of events are always a little more poignant, a little more powerful in a military town like we have. There's a lot of impact in seeing these things. We're going to close this thing down as the movie's opening this weekend. The first of the big releases, probably the only really big release this week, is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This is the sequel to the Captain America film from a couple years ago. Well, this one kind of extends the contemporary storyline and the past storyline by infusing the Winter Soldier. He's a character who was kind of in the first movie, but not too much. It'll be typical Marvel stuff where you know what's going to happen, but it'll be awesome to watch because the effects will be cool, and Captain America likes to throw a nice shield at people, which I always enjoyed. The other release opening this weekend is Island of Lemurs, Madagascar. It has one of those titles that sounds like it's going to be a stupid animated film. It's not. It's a stupid documentary film. And actually, it's probably not too stupid. Our film critic, Mel Vincent, said it's pretty cute, pretty endearing. It's about lemurs and their plight on Madagascar. You know, their habitat shrinking, but their life is still flourishing. So what do? They make a movie about it. So, yeah. All right, the final film opening this weekend is Dom Hemingway, D-O-M, not N. Stars Jude Law as a scoundrel who gets out of prison and wants to reform his life when he finds out he has a daughter with some talent, she's a singer, and a grandson who has with a name that he doesn't really like. I just know that Jude Law looks pretty damn cool because he's got some wicked lamb chops that kind of grow up like this, and he looks pretty badass. That's all I really think about that movie. Anyways, if none of this stuff trips your trigger, you can always go to hamptonroads.com, check out our events calendar and find something you do enjoy. Or pick up the latest issue of Pulse and read through all the things we have in there to find something else you could do. Until next time, me and Edgar will just be hanging here, waiting for the next video.